Okay, so now we're going to deal when the lead coefficient is not 1. Okay, so we have 2 and we have 6. So I'm going to do 2 times 6 is 12. And so it has to multiply to 12 and add to 7. Still has to add to the middle term. Okay, so what are two numbers that multiply to 12 and add to 7? 3 and 4. So 2x squared plus 4x plus 3x plus 6. Okay, all I did was kind of expand this out. I replaced the 7 with the 4 and the 3. You still, everyone with me? Okay, now we're going to factor by grouping. So here's a group, and here is a group. Okay? So what is the GCF for the blue group? 2x. So I'm going to have 2x, and then I'm going to have x plus 2. And then for this group here, what's the GCF? 3, and then I'm going to have x plus 2. What do you notice? The x plus 2, they have a common factor. So if it's a common factor, how many times do I write it? 1 time. X plus 2. Who are my two outsiders? So 2x plus 3, problem done. If you don't trust me, do FOIL, and I bet you it takes you back to the original. Okay? Remember that these are factors, not the solutions. I have to set them equal to 0 to make them solutions. Good? All right, I would like you to take a moment and try the 3x squared plus 10x plus 8 on your own. Okay, so let's look at this. The first thing I'm going to do is 3 times 8 is? So I need two numbers that multiply to 24 and add up to 10, and you're going to tell me 6 and 4. So 3x squared plus 6x plus 4x plus 8. Make my groups. Here's a group. Here's a group. Okay? And so looking at the first group, what's the GCF? 3x, which leaves me with x plus 2. What's the GCF of the second group? 4. And it's a positive 4. Okay, and then x plus 2. What's the common factor? X plus 2. Who are my outsiders? 3x plus 4. Nice job. We're going to do a couple more practice, and then we're going to tie this into solving rationals. Okay, so let's take a time out for a second. What happens if, guys, thank you. We're going to slightly change this answer. We're still going with 6 and 4, but let's see what happens if I wrote them in a different order. You'll see that we get the same exact answer, okay? So if I had written 3x squared plus 4x plus 6x plus 8, my GCF for this one is x. That's all they have in common. So that's going to leave me with 3x plus 4. When I look at 6 and 8, what's the GCF? 2. They're both divisible by 2, so 2, 3x plus 4. Okay, so the common is 3x plus 4, and then x plus 2. We get the same exact answer. So it doesn't matter which order. What happens is when I pick two numbers, before I write them down, I figure out who they pair with best. So 6 kind of goes better with 3. But if you don't do that, it's okay. You can see it still works. Okay? Awesome. Okay, so let's look at number 9 on the worksheet. It says 2x squared plus 9x minus 5. 2 times negative 5 is how much? Negative 10. So it needs to multiply to negative 10 and add up to 9. What are two numbers that multiply to negative 10 and add up to 9? Okay. 2x squared plus 10x minus 1x plus 9. Let's group them. Here's a group. Here's a group. Okay, so looking at the first group, what's my GCF? It is 2x, which leaves me with x plus 5, yes? What's the GCF? It's minus 5. Now, where did that come from? I don't know. Okay, minus 5. Okay, so what do they have in common? A negative 1. Always bring this sign down. So x plus 5. If you ended up with a plus 5 and a negative 5, then put the negative out here and it should flip it for you. So I have 2x minus 1 times what? What do they have in common? X plus 5. Nice job. Are we good? Everyone good? Give me a signal that you're good. All right, let's look at number 12 then. You guys are doing awesome with this today. Oh, all right. 7x squared minus 11x plus 4. 7 times 4 is 28. It must add up to negative 11, multiply to 28. What you got for me? Negative 7 and negative 4. 7x squared minus 7x minus 4x plus 4. Okay, what's my GCF for the first set? 7x. X minus 1. What's my GCF for the second group? Negative 4. X minus 1. So 7x minus 4. X minus 1. Okay, please take out last night's homework. I just asked you to factor. Okay, take out last night's homework and please attempt number 9. Okay, so let's look at solving this rational. The first thing you have to do is make all of them fractions. So I'm going to put that over 1. I have 3 different denominators. The most simple denominator is x and 1, so the two most simple or the most alike are going to stay together. If I have x and 1, what is my common denominator? 1x, okay? So I'm going to put x plus x. Okay, does this guy already have an x? Yes. Does this guy have x? No, so I'm going to multiply the bottom and the top by x, which makes this 3x. Okay? I'm going to leave this side alone. And now when I combine like terms, I get 10 plus 3x over x equals x plus 9 over x minus 4. And this is the most simple type to solve because it's fraction equals fraction, so I can simply do what? Cross multiply. All right, so let me cross multiply the easy one first. That gives me x squared plus 9x. When I cross multiply the other way, I get 10x minus 40 plus 3x squared minus 12x. I'm going to clean up this pinkish purple side, and it gives me 3x squared minus 2x, because I combine those two, minus 40 equals x squared plus 9x. Okay, now, sirens should go off. I have an x squared. So in order to solve an x squared, my equation must equal 0. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to subtract x squared from both sides. That gives me 9x equals 2x squared minus 2x minus 40. I'm going to subtract 9x. And I'm going to get 0 equals 2x squared minus 11x minus 40. So now I need two numbers that multiply to negative 80 and add up to negative 11. Okay, so you quickly go through. It ends in a 0, so I divide by 10, 8 and 10. No. What's another easy number to divide this by? 5. Okay, when I divide it by 5, I get 16 and 5, which are 11 apart. Which one's going to be negative? Remember, the bigger number always takes the sign in the middle. So this is going to be negative and this is going to be positive. Okay? So now I'm going to rewrite my problem as 2x squared minus 16x plus 5x minus 40. I'm going to group it. Here's a group. Here's a group. Okay, and now I'm going to go and look for my GCFs. What is the GCF for 2x squared and 16x? 2x, so I have 2x, and then I have x minus 8. And what is the GCF for the next one? Remember, I keep this sign, so I'm going to divide by positive 5, which leaves me with x minus 8. Do my parentheses match? Yep, so I don't need to double check any negatives. So I have 2x plus 5 and x minus 8. Now this problem is different because I did not ask you to factor. I asked you to solve. So I then have to set my parentheses equal to 0. 2x plus 5 equals 0. X minus 8 equals 0. X equals 8. 2x equals negative 5. X equals negative 5 halves. Would either of these numbers put a 0 in the original denominator? No, so they are both solutions. Good? Excellent.